First-person shooters continue to be all the rage going into 2025, and the months ahead are filled with interesting games, some of which are glorious throwbacks to the past, while others that are new takes. With this feature, we'll be taking a look at 20 of the biggest single-player first-person shooters that you should look out for in the coming months. Doom: The Dark Ages. id Software has brought Doom back into the limelight with its modern reimagining, and Doom: The Dark Ages is looking like a bigger, badder, and better version of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal in so many different ways. The combat loop has been reworked in new and clever ways, making it feel more grounded yet nimble. Add to that the new tools like the shield and the mech companion, and Doom: The Dark Ages becomes a game that you don't want to miss at any cost. It comes out for PC, Xbox Series X and S on 13th of May 2025. Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 takes the familiar formula of looting and shooting through a multitude of iconic outer space locations and packages it all together for a new generation of consoles. The gameplay trailer showcases new enemies, locations, and the Vault Hunters that will be the protagonists of this adventure. Borderlands 4 is set to come out for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S on the 23rd of September 2025. Mouse. Mouse PI for Hire is a weird mix of noir aesthetics and cartoony visuals, and despite the sheer juxtaposition at play, it looks pretty interesting. The hand-drawn animation-inspired art style, cool weapons, and jazz music all come together to create something that genuinely stands out from the rest of the crowd. It comes out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch. Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is making a grand comeback in the near future, and it looks absolutely amazing. Currently in development at the Initiative, Perfect Dark is all about taking part in ecological warfare as you juggle between using your powers and wits to overcome enemy encounters and dig further and further into the conspiracy at the bottom of it all. The gameplay trailers paint a really promising picture, and we'll be trying it out when it comes out for PC and Xbox Series X and S at some point in the near future. The Outer Worlds 2. The Outer Worlds 2 takes what worked in the original and creates a sequel that's just bigger and better. The Outer Worlds did a fantastic job stitching together witty writing with a complex gameplay loop where player progression and story choices are of utmost importance. The Outer Worlds 2 will also be building upon these same concepts, and while not a lot of information is available at this point, it's definitely going to be on the top of our highly anticipated games of the near future. Atomfall. Atomfall transports players to the bustling meadows of Britain, where apocalyptic events have turned this once peaceful area into a land teeming with dangers. It blends a first-person shooter with survival horror elements, as players need to be pretty mindful of consuming resources and facing dangers as they explore the darkest corners of this world. Atomfall looks quite promising, and we'll be checking it out when it releases for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S in March 2025. Unrecord. Unrecord's first gameplay trailer set the internet on fire with its ultra-realistic graphics, and it definitely ranks as one of the most hotly anticipated games of the near future. Unrecord is built using Unreal Engine 5, and it makes good use of the engine's tools to create lifelike animations and lighting. Couple that with the realistic mechanics at play, and Unrecord becomes more than just a pretty face. It comes out for PC sometime in the near future. Metroid Prime 4. Originally announced all the way back in 2017, Metroid Prime 4 is finally going to see the light of day when it releases sometime later this year. Players will be put in the shoes of Samus Aran as she embarks on an adventure filled with all sorts of perils. The gameplay loop of exploring areas and getting new powers looks pretty tantalizing from the trailers, and we're definitely going to try it out. Metal Eden. Set against the backdrop of a dystopian future, Metal Eden is a boomer shooter that feels like a glorious throwback to the past. You take on the role of a hyper-unit Asker soldier who sets out to save humanity from a deadly trap, and that adventure is punctuated with plenty of fast-paced firefights that demand split-second reaction timings and pure mastery of aim as you hop, slide, and shoot through large arenas. Between this and some great art direction, Metal Eden is something that's definitely worth looking forward to. It comes out for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S on the 6th of May 2025. Twisted Tower. Twisted Tower takes place in a wondrous tower where freaky horrors lurk within the twisting, colourful corridors filled with roller coaster rides and magic shows that we adored as kids. The contrasting themes and the attention to detail helps Twisted Tower really stand out from the crowd, and it can genuinely turn out to be a great time. It's set to release for PC sometime in the near future. Beneath. Heavily inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft, Camel 101's upcoming Beneath transports players to an underwater world where they must fight creeping evil in deadly corridors. The art direction is great, and Beneath strikes a good balance between action and survival horror, which helps it stand out from contemporaries. While it's not something that hasn't been done before, Beneath does flaunt quality, which is why we're excited to try it out when it comes out later this year for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Forest Reigns. Set against the backdrop of a post-apocalyptic Paris, Forest Reigns describes itself as an emergent FPS, where players must use the environment in new and interesting ways to turn the tide in their favour. You can crawl through long grass to remain unnoticed, use the weird outgrowths as cover, or shoot down inflammable points to set your enemies ablaze. The systemic elements look really cool, making Forest Reigns worth checking out when it releases for PC sometime in the near future. Jurassic Park Survival. Jurassic Park Survival thrusts players into a dangerous world that's overrun by gargantuan prehistoric creatures. You take on the role of Dr. Maya Joshi, who must survive against these overwhelming odds while using your wits to outsmart and dodge the many threats that lurk within the island. Much of what Jurassic Park Survival would look like in the moment-to-moment gameplay is shrouded in mystery, but we'll get to know more as we reach its imminent release date of the near future. Terminator Survivors. Set after the events of Judgment Day, Terminator Survivors is all about surviving in an open world where hostile bots and human factions are both on the hunt for your life. The storyline is about unraveling what happened before Judgment Day, and the gameplay is being touted as a mix of stealth and action. It'll be released in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Out of Action. Developer Doku Games' Out of Action impresses with its anime-inspired art style, which goes hand in hand with the fast-paced gameplay loop and the fluid animations on offer. In addition to this, Out of Action also promises deep progression and gameplay variety with its PvP and PvE options, making it a great choice for those looking for something to really sink their teeth into. Out of Action comes out for PC sometime this year. Second Son. Second Son takes place in a large open world that's dotted with procedurally generated dungeons, and players must use their weapons and abilities to wage war against the Empire of the Second Son. Progression plays an important role in Second Son, with quests rewarding you with precious XP that can be used to upgrade skills. The fast-paced combat on offer looks pretty tantalizing too. It comes out for PC sometime during Q1 2025. Ill. Clout Games' upcoming Ill looks like a great take on the survival horror that we saw in Resident Evil 7. Built using Unreal Engine 5, Ill flaunts some really well-built environments, and the jump scares on offer are some of the more impressive that we've seen of late. It's definitely one of the most promising survival horror games, and it comes out for PC. Clockwork Revolution. Currently in development at In Exile Entertainment, Clockwork Revolution takes place in the steampunk world of Avalon, where you must use your powers to go back in time and change the course of history by altering key events. Clock Revolution is a first-person immersive experience that flaunts great art direction and a combat loop that forces you to use your powers judicially, and it all looks pretty great in action. It's set to come out sometime in the near future for PC and Xbox Series X and S. Dying Light: The Beast. Dying Light has established itself as a powerhouse in first-person action games, blending together a unique blend of Mirror's Edge-esque parkour with an open world teeming with all sorts of activities. The latest entry in the franchise, Dying Light: The Beast, puts you back in the shoes of Kyle Crane with new environments to scale and a new story to experience. Much of Dying Light: The Beast is still shrouded in mystery, so stay tuned to learn more. Deficit. Deficit comes from the developer Item 42, and it takes place in a dystopian future where you must explore the desolate corridors of a research facility and steal important equipment related to Project Sidereel. Deficit combines melee combat with first-person shooting and an Alien Isolation-esque cat-and-mouse chase sequence to create something that's quite different from contemporaries of the genre. It comes out sometime in the near future for PC.
So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.